Hey, how's it going? My name's GameTrollGamers and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, please like, comment and subscribe, and let's get into the video. So today I actually wanted to talk about Battlefield 5's situation now that the game's been out for a few months. I've actually held off from buying it because I wanted to see other people's reactions, other people's reviews and things like that. The problems that Battlefield had to begin with was its problems with historical accuracy. People were complaining that there were women in the game and they weren't women fighting on the front lines in World War II. You also had EA developers mocking fans at an event, saying hashtag everyone's Battlefield, everyone's saying hashtag not my Battlefield, and they basically brought loads of comments up and put it on a giant screen and was mocking everyone. There's also a Patrick Sutherland situation where he said if you don't like the game, don't buy it, and obviously a lot of people chose to take that advice. So the EA stocks actually dropped. I think it was roughly 20% or so, and that was basically because they didn't sell enough copies of Battlefield 5. I was one of these people and I wanted to wait until after this happened to actually buy it. But I didn't actually support the developers by buying it. I actually bought it on G2A because I didn't want my money going directly to them after the way that they treated their fan base. Because I've been a Battlefield fan for actually quite a while, since Battlefield 3. So after playing the game for a few days, I have some criticism. When I first started the game, it wouldn't start. I had to click it multiple times until I got it to start. Then when I got in a game, it forced me into some single player thing which I had to come out of because I was changing my graphics setting, but the FPS wasn't that great. Well, I have a GTX 1070 and the FPS was only about 80 FPS, whereas on Battlefield 1 it was between 90 and 130 FPS. Once I changed all my settings, I quit it. I went into a multiplayer game. The FPS was sort of around 90 to 120, which wasn't too bad. However, there's a setting, it preloads the graphics, it preloads the frame onto the game, which means it pre-renders the game before it's actually imported on the screen. It helps with FPS. It also increases latency with the mouse. It won't be such a problem as long as you're getting high frame rates anyway. But if you would normally get around say 40 or 50 FPS and you have that setting on, your input lag on your mouse will be much higher, but also your frame rate will be. For me, it's not that bad because my frame rate was around 80 FPS anyway, so it's not made much of a difference for me. So if you have a good enough PC that's able to do that, then you'll be fine. If your PC won't be able to handle that, it's up to you whether you want to turn the graphics setting down or increase latency on your mouse or whatever. I also had a problem in the graphics settings with a DirectX bug. Turn DirectX 12 on. Apparently you have to close the game for it to use DirectX. I closed the game, it wouldn't reopen again. I searched on Reddit, loads of forums, nothing was happening. So I had to go in the config files and turn DirectX off for the game to actually launch, which isn't great considering I have a DirectX compatible graphics card. And the game's been out for months and it's still not fixed. There was also one instance where I alt-tabbed and my PC actually crashed. I don't know if this was a lack of memory or not. I mean, I have 16 gigabytes of memory, so it should be plenty enough. Should only be using about half really. So I don't know if it's the CPU, it definitely wasn't the GPU. But yeah, my PC crashed, and I've also noticed my PC running incredibly slow if I have Battlefield 5 open in the background. For paying a full price for the game, you're actually getting a lack of content. There's not many maps, and even though I've been playing it for a few days, the maps are actually getting quite repetitive. Now, one bonus to this is that the DLC is actually free. However, there hasn't actually been any proper DLC maps yet. There isn't even Battle Royale mode that they promised. So it's a half-finished game basically. You're going to be paying full price for a half-finished game, unless of course you find it on a sale, which I think they regularly cut the price in half because not many people are buying it. Or, of course, as well, you can go on G2A and buy a second-hand key from someone. Also, while playing, I play a lot of Conquest. There's actually not that many servers, and I think this is because I don't think the Rent a Server program is currently active. It's only DICE servers currently. Whenever I search for a Conquest server, I can't find a custom game. I can't find a custom map, 24/7 map. It's usually just 6 or 7 servers. To be honest, they're not always all full. So that just shows again how little amount of people are playing the game. Obviously, you can find people and you can play, and there's actually enough players on. You won't be looking for a game. I'm just saying that there is a lack of people playing the game and you can't get your own custom servers currently. So what are the benefits to Battlefield 5 over Battlefield 1? There's more team-based activity within Battlefield 5. You've got people supplying you more often, more teamwork. There's less medic for whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they don't have as good guns. So that's one downside. But apart from that, teamwork is better. People try and play the objective a bit more, I find. The weapon play feels nice. Vaulting feels nice. The game physics feel nice. So in this game, there's also no spotting, which means you can't highlight a player. I've also found this incredibly useful for getting behind enemy lines, because no one can see you, especially if you're the medic class or you're the scout and you can throw smoke. Smoke is a lot more useful in this game, and you can use it to your advantage extremely well. Hide behind enemy lines, they won't even see you, you can shoot them in the back. So again, a lot more tactical. The graphics are pretty decent, not too different from Battlefield 1, although one criticism would probably be that the graphics does look a bit too sharpened, a bit too contrasted. Yeah, that's my personal opinion, but obviously subjective. Considering all of that, I feel like the game has still a long way to go, even though it's been out for a while. It's a decent game at its core, it's just got a lack of content and it's still got quite a few bugs. So if you're considering purchasing it, keep these things in mind. What I would do is I would get it on a discount, or I would get a key off G2A if you don't want to support the developers like I did. But apart from that, it's up to you. Take what you will from this video. So yeah, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.